Okay, so today we're talking about soundproofing. We basically had gone to, you can see in the mirror, I have another mirror in the back, you can see the soundproofing on the other side. So we soundproofed our place. I got the layout of the video wrong a little bit. I did it perpendicular versus landscape. So I'm doing a bit of a landscape now. And yeah, so just, think about making your own stuff. I think to save money, also think about aesthetics. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to get like foam, but think of the colors you want in your space. I'm a primary color type of person, and I like my black and white. So I thought through the colors that I like first before I started buying stuff. And I think that should be for everybody. I think focus on aesthetics, draw out some sketches. I have sketches I've drawn out for other designs that I have in mind, and work from there, and then build up slowly. Don't expect to buy everything in one day. Just know that you're going to be buying things sections at a time, and you're going to gradually build it up. And that's how we do it here. Okay, folks, so you guys are going to come with me out on a little trip to Home Depot with hubby, and it's his birthday today, so we're going to just be a portable video, and then I can talk about my experience building and constructing things and so on. See you. So we're going to do a quick rundown about studio stuff today. If you're going to build and construct, and the type of tools perhaps that you might need to do that. So I studied fine arts and all those other things that come with the technical skills at the Corcoran, which is in DC, and our first experience with tools, well, I'd used tools before with my dad. We like to build stuff, was constructing and building wooden objects and materials and supplies. So we had a whole woodworking department downstairs at the Corcoran, which was quite cool. Yeah, so I have extensive understanding of how to put things together. Dovetail hinges, drill bits, circular saws, you name it. So even though today is not specifically going to be talking about the absolute, well, we're not going down to check out supplies per se, we were just going to get some light bulbs, but it's a good day to, since we are going to head down to Home Depot, that would be the first place to go if you're going to get supplies. The prices are reasonable. They used to be able to cut woods there back in the day, but I think you might have to rent out equipment and machines, unless they don't do that anymore. I'll have to check. So yeah, I'll be back. And I'm testing, as you can see, I'm wearing my Bluetooth headset. These are actually for gamers, and I wasn't sure if this mic was very good, so I'm testing it out to see if it is doable. I know that if you're recording on your phone or your iPad, these are fantastic because the sound control is fantastic with the headset has very, very good sound control. If all you're doing is wanting to just listen to a track and rework it, this would be a good headset. Microphone, I don't know if recording, for instance, voice with it would be as good, but we're testing it out for the video and seeing how it goes. Okay, so we're heading into Home Depot now, just for a quick browse. We're not really doing anything more than just going in there. Let's talk about soundproofing. Soundproofing is a very easy thing to make for yourself. It has, so you can usually, you can either make a frame for yourself, or you can probably use a canvas and create soundproofing with a pre-made canvas, where you don't have to make the frame, and then pad it on the inside. There are a few different ways to go about doing it. Speaking of frames, they're different types of woods that you can find at Home Depot, as you know. And yeah. So the soundproofing is a big one. I remember when I was playing drums back in the day, we didn't have soundproofing in the basement, and the cement made so much noise, which created, the neighbors would always complain. I remember my parents, that's why my drum set disappeared, is because we didn't think about soundproofing back then. So always consider soundproofing if you're wanting to put more than one instrument in there, but also to protect other people within the space. And carpeting is also important. So you want to have a place, if you're going to have equipment, make sure you have like a carpeting so it dampers the sound, and then soundproofing. A little bit larger. These are adjustable circular saws. So you would use this for like corners of wood or cutting larger pieces of wood. Yeah, I'm all about tools. I mean, I might be a chick, as I said, but you know what? I studied the arts because I wanted to learn how to use tools. And my dream was always to build a studio. I mean, can't get much tomboy than that. So going back to the whole discussion of soundproofing, I can kind of sit down and talk about it now, there are a couple of ways to do this. In some studios, they make it with like chopped ends of wood, which does control it depending on what the space looks like within. There are other places that use stone, like also layered stone, which I've seen, which is quite nice. And then you have foam and fabric. So I think it just depends on the cost of what you're looking at and how to construct this. We're using our room, and then it has carpeting on the floor for our particular situation. So there are a couple of things you can put into consideration for that. Once again, going back into the whole question of, do you want to make it out of, do you want to make the whole frame? Then you have to measure the frame, get the wood, all that stuff. Do you want to use a canvas, which is pre-framed for you, and you can actually pad it with foam on the inside if it's thick enough on the sides. You don't want to get a thin canvas, you would have to get a thicker canvas. Or if you get a thinner canvas, you can purchase the foam, like on Amazon, as squares, and then you can kind of like place it on the canvas, which is sort of like what I did. Eventually I'll move into more detailed pieces, but that's generally how I put it together. And so far it works pretty well. And I think it does help that we're using the room section where there's carpeting versus the other section where there's more stone and tiling on the other side. So you don't want anything that vibrates. You want something that controls the sound. That's what soundproofing is. You're condensing the sound. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful day.